for our next magic trick, we are going to add navigation between the pages. So it's quite annoying now to keep going to the URL and changing everything here. So let's add a nav bar. And also when we click on these, it will take us to the actual page. So let's do clicking on this and taking us to the actual details page. So let's head into our slug here. This is where we want to do our navigation from. And what we need to do is, let's go up here. So basically when we click on, see this image here, right? You could wrap everything up if you wanted to. I guess if you even click here for it to take you to the navigation page, but I'm just going to keep it with the title. I think that's good enough. So we're going to import something called link from Next.js. All right, super simple. Again, just go here and wrap your image tag with the link. Oh, my apologies. This is the details page. So this is not where we want it. Let me move this over. Just remove that. We want to do it from the home page. So index, just like that. Okay, so not even there, sorry, the product, because this is where we render out each component. So let's head over to our product and import link here from next link. I think I had that copy pasted, so I could have just pasted. Oh no, the tragedy. Okay, so another thing that we can import here is the actual slug, right? Slug, because that's available on our product. So now we just make a link tag and I'll just wrap it around this div with the image like that. And we can make it navigate over to by just adding href. So we want to go over to, we can do backticks and say slash product slash $sign slug. All right, we're basically adding the variable in here. Alternatively, if you want to do it the old way, you can just do normal pair of strings and say product slash plus slug. All right, that works too. Old school JavaScript is fun, but I'm gonna do it with backticks because ES6 is cool. That's what people say. I guess so. All right, hit save. So that's it. That's just like 2 lines of code, an import and then a link tag. Let's give it a shot. Click on this. Boom. Click on this. Lovely. It works. So now rather than having this next up here, let's make a cool little navigation. So let's go and let's close everything up. All right. Keep it nice and clean. And in our components, we're going to create a new one called nav.js. Cool. Let's import link here as well. And I also want to have a shopping bag. So if you go over to React icons and search shopping bag, I think the one I picked was this one, FI shopping bag. It looks quite cool. So let's import that. FI shopping bag from, it's going to be from React icons /fi. So I believe usually the directory that you need to go into is the prefix that the actual icon has. So if it's fi, then you have to go to React icons /fi. If there's one with GI, then you add GI. And that's kind of how it works. If you just do React icons, I believe it errors out. So you gotta make sure to add that on top of it. Yeah, that's it essentially. So we're gonna export default function nav. All right, and here we're just gonna have a div. We're gonna style this up. Let me switch this over to React so we can do the autocomplete. Just a div. We're gonna have a title here, and the title is gonna be a link tag with the href. So we wanna go back home, right? So we're gonna say slash. That's gonna be the root of our page. So basically the home page. So it's gonna go to localhost 3000. That's what slash means. We're gonna call it styled. That's cool. And then in here, we're gonna have another div, which is gonna be our nav items. And in here, we're just gonna have one item. We're gonna rename these so it's gonna be nice with styled components, so don't worry about that. So I'll just add the FI shopping bag here. There we go. And we're gonna add a H3 called cart. Okay, so we're gonna have like another one here for the user, just so you know. Cool, so that's it. Let's render this out on the screen. So let's go to homepage and let's import it. Nav from /component/nav. Cool, so let's just go up here next to our Next.js. We can actually just get rid of this and render out the nav. Let's see. Refresh. Oh, don't see it. What is wrong? Let's take a look if we have any errors. And we don't have any errors. I left the computer up and running, so I'm just gonna do a quick restart of it, just in case that might affect it. No, we still don't have anything. So let's analyze this a bit more. Export default function nav. Oh, see, so the problem here is that we're not returning any JSX. So we're just saying, oh, there's divs in here. You have to return this. So return parentheses and paste. Okay, let's see. There it is. Awesome. So it works. Needs styling, but we're going to do that in just a bit. The problem is if I navigate over to this page now, damn, it's gone. So how can we get this to render out on every page? Because I want the nav to appear regardless of where I am. So rather than rendering out here on the home page, because when we go over to product/slug, that's another page, and we are only rendering it out here. You could copy this and paste it over to slug, but if your app gets big and it has many pages, then you're gonna have to do this over and over again. So let's just get rid of it from here. And remember, our app.js here, just like we did with the fetching with the GraphQL, remember this provides it to every component. Well, we can just paste it on top here. We can import our nav here. There we go. And if we add it here, now our nav gets rendered out regardless what page is here. All right, so if you want to render out navs, if you want to add a footer, you can do that all here. All right, so let's take a look at that now. Go here, boom, look at that. Our nav stays untouched. Perfect. So let's create some styling for it as well. So for that, let's go over to our styles, make a new file called navstyles.js. Perfect. Let's import our styled from styled components. And we're going to do export const nav styles. It's going to be a styled nav. And I'm going to add a bit of height to it, 15 VH. Now, before I keep going on, let's just import this so we can see the changes that we're making in the CSS. So let's hop back over to nav, import. I named it nav styles. So curly brackets, nav styles from /. Why is this not auto completing? // It's not doing it. Ugh, that's annoying. Import from. Ugh, is it like this? I'm just trying to guess now. // component / nav styles. We'll see if this loads up like that. And I'm gonna call this again nav styles. Okay, so let's just replace the top level div here, just like that. And let's see if that works. No, that's not the one. Let's remove some of these // slashes. And that doesn't work as well. Oh, okay. Let's see. See, this is how much we rely on autocomplete. Oh, it's not components, it's styles. My apologies. Oh, okay. See, that works. Perfect. We guessed it correctly. Autocomplete. My God, it's a lifesaver. Cool. So we have that. Let me do it so I can easily tab it in between these two. So we added some height to it. Let's also add let's add a display flex. All right, and do a justify content of space between. So this is gonna drop our content left to right here. So we have the title here, and then we have our card there. Let's do an align items of center and a font size of 1 rem. Let's see how that looks. Oh, much better. There we go. Next up, let's get the A tags in here. Do a font size of 1.2 rem. Lovely. Title is a bit bigger now. And then let's grab the nav items. So I'm gonna make a new export const nav items. This is gonna be a styled div. And I'm just gonna add a display flex to this. A line item center, justify content space around. Perfect. Let's also import this so we can see the changes that we're making. So comma, nav items, and we're gonna replace this div here with nav items like that. Lovely. Let's head over back here. And in here, basically, I want to get all the divs, so all the nav items, so these ones here, and just make sure they're aligned nicely in the center. Because see, it's kind of off there. And also increase the card size and everything. So I'm going to add a margin left of 3 rem. Now the reason I'm adding this is because we're going to have the login icons as well. So I'm just going to space them out from now on. I'll add a position relative. The reason why I'm adding this is because we're going to have a span that we're going to add in just a bit here. So when we click on the card, it's going to increase the number there. So I basically want that span, the ability to move that span anywhere I want. And for that, you need position relative. So a display flex, flex direction column, and an align item center is going to position these nicely together like that. Cool. So just increasing some of the sizes here. We'll grab the H3s and do a font size. 0.75 rem. Actually, that's quite small. Let's do 1 rem. Cool. And then add a bit of padding to it. 0.25 rem. Just so it's not that stuck together there. And this SVG, that's how you can grab these font icons. I want to make that much bigger. So let's do a font size of 1.5 rem. There we go, much nicer. Is that too big? Ah, that's all right. I mean, we could add, I'll add the span logic here, and I'm gonna go through it when we're actually gonna add the span, but let's code it out quickly. I'm gonna do F26. You know what, let's actually add it when we have the span. I'm not gonna go through it now. But there we go, we have the styling pretty much done for this. And now we can navigate back and forth in our application. So that's really cool. Yay, getting closer and closer to get this all done. Lovely. See you in the next episode. Why did my voice go funny? I don't know.